been like 13 minutes. It's more than enough of a wait. Phone's charging. Let me tell you, it was hey and lurking. Okay. Well, thank you for the view. Appreciate it. Been helping me out for like 2 or 3 years already. So what was I saying? I gotta disable notifications too. How do I do that? Just give me a second here. Notifications. How do I do that? Account. Personalization. System. Notifications. Preferences. Notifications. Off. For now. Do it. Alright. Why is it so quiet? That's why it's so quiet.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome. Now, coming up in today's show, James wears glasses. I pretend to be a dog. And a terrorist eats a savory snack.
That sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting.
Thank you. Now, throughout the developing world, people have, for many years, used Japanese-made pickup trucks.
Yes, but now European car makers have decided they want a piece of the action, so they've come up with pickup trucks of their own.
Yes, they have. And to find out if they're any good, this week we take the Grand Tour on a journey through history.
We begin in the Middle Ages, which meant going to Richard Hammond's garden.
That's pretty cool.
In parts of the globe where there's no mains water or electricity, a pickup truck has to be more than just transport for plague victims and livestock. That's why James has turned his Mercedes X-Class into a power station, using its rear axle to make electricity for the village. Richard, meanwhile, was using his Ford Ranger as a tractor, pulling a plough.
Oh, it's so cool.
And I was using this Volkswagen Amarok as an irrigation system. I'm using it to drive a pump which will deliver nourishment from the well to the community allotment. In fact, yeah, I can hear the water coming now above the smooth turbocharged throb of my V6 diesel.
Clarkson!
Oh, what the fuck?
Turn the car off!
What was that? Oh dear.
And there, and there, and I've done my neck in.
This is supposed to be
What
a
happened?
demonstration of the utility of pickup trucks.
We've done it, we've proved all three of them.
Yeah, no, I have. I've sawn 3 pieces of wood for a fence. Hammond's ploughed 4 furrows for growing things in. You have only subtracted
Oh,
from this
fuck.
community. I think you've slightly missed the point. What?
Why do you always have to overdo everything? I mean,
You can shut up,
why?
because it's supposed to be a test of European pickup trucks.
It's European.
Well, yes, apart from the fact that it was designed in Australia and it's built in South Africa.
What about the engine?
That's made in Turkey.
That's European.
Well, a bit of it is.
Well, look, let's not get bogged down with where Turkey is. What we've done is prove that all 3 of them work well when there is peace in the village in the developing world. What we must do now is find out how well they work when the peace comes to an end and there's a revolution.
Oh, damn. I do and do not want to be a part of a riot.
It's important that all traces of the vile, hated dictator are eradicated. And that's why I'm attaching my Mercedes to this giant statue of Kim Yong Clarkson to see if I can pull it over.
That's so funny. All right.
Right, here are the rules. I have to do this using the lowest revs possible. So what I'm going to do is put it in four-wheel drive low range, something Jeremy Clarkson can't do, first gear manual, and turn the traction control off. Here we go. Traction control, diff lock.
Let's try this again.
3, 2, 1.
Down with that evil head. I think I did it wrong. I did it.
He's gone!
That was just right on your dunk.
What a feeling!
Oh, I bet that did that. That was
Oh,
just.
that is in the face
Yes.
by the whole earth.
Yes.
In the face. Do you see what happened to your nose? Look at it.
Yes. And now, it's your turn because.
Yeah, matey tongue. Right, it's time for your reign of terror to end. 3, 2, 1, go!
Is it even that heavy? Oh, damn. He's going to drag it all over the place.
He's dragging you, he's taking you for a scrape.
That's not odd, really.
Take it for a ride.
Nice one, Hammond. The scores so far then looked like this. James had used 2,100 RPM to topple me, whereas Hammond, despite his bigger engine, had had to use 3,600 RPM.
Less
to bring
torque.
down May. And now it's time for me to win as I get rid of the last of the country's hated dictators. Dick Pot. And there we are.
Oh, now come on!
Well, you shouldn't have built a life-size one. You are a man of modest stature.
Yeah, fun. It reflects my ego compared to yours.
Well, it's, proportional to the size of the tyranny.
I don't think I'm going to need low range.
You haven't got it.
Well, I know
Just
exactly
put it
what
into
you
drive and let it...
need.
and no gas.
There
You'll need that.
you go. Right, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Taking up the slack.
There might be a really bad...
3, 2, 1, go.
That shouldn't even be a thing. It should just go pop.
I've won another test. I've won both of them.
How have you worked that out?
Well, 600 RPM, okay? And I did the best in the village.
You destroyed the village.
Listen, let's not get bogged down with that. We must now move on to what typically happens in a country after the dictator is gone.
Clean up. Refugee? Taking refuge?
With the government in disarray, we had to load all our worldly goods into our pickup trucks and prepare to run for our lives. Everybody else in the world has an iPod.
I don't think
What's you
you've
got a
that there.
gramophone for?
It was my grandmother's. We're fleeing from rebel forces. You don't stand here doing a commentary. Get in your truck.
Get the fuck in your truck.
I'm ready to flee.
Right, perfectly straightforward. Whichever one is the fastest from here to the flags there. Yes?
Yes?
Best at fleeing.
Yes, they're called. Yes, yes, exactly right.
So it's a drag race?
It's a flea race.
It's a fleeing race.
Let's flee then.
Come on, let's go.
If you need to flee from government forces, you need an Amarok. 0 to 60, 8 seconds. That's hot hatchback territory. It's the fastest of the trio, the most powerful of the trio, and the lightest of the trio. Probably not now, but it was. 3, 2, 1, go. Now we go on to the really fast bit.
Yeah, look at all that.
Oh, keep your foot
Look
in
at all
the
that
air.
stuff. That's so inaccurate. Everything will just fly off. Oh, you dumbass! Oh, you're such a dumbass! Oh, you're such a dumbass too. And you're the biggest dumbass.
Bicycle?
This is our new life, chaps.
This is...
Lego, cream, and a shit record.
Well, you say that.
I'm going to start
Oh
again.
no, we've got a chair.
You say that.
Oh, we're going to be all right.
I literally think we're okay.
Yes.
So let's just get this crystal clear. Okay, we haven't escaped with much. But the Volkswagen has now won all 3 tests.
Who decided that?
Me.
Yeah, but this isn't a dictatorship anymore.
We topple the dictator.
Yeah, it's a democracy.
It was the fastest by a mile.
Yeah, it is.
It was easily the best at pulling over statues and the best at water irrigation.
No. And you may have got there first, guaranteeing your survival, but you have no life. You
I've
have
got-
half a table and
That's true.
and the worst album in history.
really have
I
nothing
have got the
You call
contents
this
of
the
a home.
worst album?
The
It's
merits of the
awful.
Yes album aside, the fact remained that with the country now in chaos, help is urgently needed. So, how would our commandeered trucks cope with their requirements?
Oh, what?
Quite well, actually.
Yeah, they're not taking the camera in there. It's got they're all real like ha 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 ha. That fucking Top Gear money.
And now, if I may, I'd like to talk about the Jaguar XE, not your hair. It is a really very nice
I
little
bet.
car, if I'm honest. It's very
I
good
bet.
looking. It's not particularly
I bet.
expensive. It rides beautifully, very beautifully, in fact. And as a result of all that, people ignore it and buy a BMW instead. So, Jaguar went to its Skunk Works, which is based in a shed, and they said, could you make a fast version? One that will get everybody talking.
They probably paid them a lot of money to get them talk about this car. Let's see what it is. I like Jaguars though.
The
I just wouldn't buy
standard
one.
low-cost procedure for turning a normal saloon into a sports saloon is to give it some fat tyres, a nice V6 engine, and maybe some bucket seats.
I'm not sold so.
But the boffins at Jag decided to go a bit further than that.
Welcome everyone to what's called the Project 8.
It doesn't sound like a V6 though. It's like a pretty big
The
V6.
first thing you need to know is that the only bits that these two cars have in common are the roof and the front doors. Everything else is changed.
Suspension? Oh yes, that was changed as well. It now has Bilstein dampers that cost £1,000 each. And rose joints. And ceramic wheel bearings. Like you get on a race car. So,
I mean that's what I heard from Jaguars. I mean they're expensive to fix and not worth it. I mean I bet they're amazing cars. And I almost bought this. I forgot what it was called. It was an XJ something from the 90s. It had a V12 engine. And I said, you know what? I bet these bitches are expensive to fix.
oh no!
That and it had a two. It it was too old-timey for a 90-something. Even if it did have a V12, I wasn't gonna go for it.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, look at that for a tiny
sorry.
line.
I'm gonna try again the second lap. That part is always really tricky. I'm probably not gonna make lap time, but I'm gonna take the next lap.
Oops.
Here we go. Boom. Oh, I did. I didn't make it.
Right fast.
Okay. I fucked up too many times anyway.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, God.
Okay. I might have done okay with that one. Oh, you been here? Oh, okay. I thought Comptude was first.
Drive carefully.
I started the second one too late. Ugh!
That
Gold.
is brilliant.
Alright, just finish slapping and I win.
Through here.
Nah.
God. Oh, God.
It could have been, but I still got gold anyway.
On top of all that, the 8-speed gearbox also needed beefing up. And so did the four-wheel drive system. And then they had to get rid of the spare wheel and the well in which it sits to fit some underfloor aerodynamics. And then when they added up the cost of all the work they'd done, there was a problem. In order to make any money at all, the Project 8 would have to cost £150,000.
You can keep that. There's so many other cars I'd rather have.
4 times more than the standard car. 4. So, here's the question. How mad would you have to be to spend £150,000 on a car that was designed and built in a glorified shed in the Midlands in about 18 months? And the simple answer is not mad at all, because this car is fan-bleeding-tastic. I will say that if you've got the car manually hunkered down and it's in track mode and the traction control is turned off,
It's a lot of tech.
Things can go a bit violent and blighty if you go beyond the limit.
And why is it bubble wrapped?
Good. The answer.
800. Ouch.
Oh!
This is not enough track to actually drift here.
There we go. Speed up again now. Whoops. No.
I fucked up big time.
Thank you so
I did
much.
it. How to make it up at the end.
The answer is to stay within the limits, and in this car, that's no hardship. At normal road speeds with the car in comfort or even dynamic mode, it's as quiet and as civilized as a Jag should be. It even has little springs sitting on top of the bigger springs to give you a more comfortable ride. But everything's relative, really. I mean, it's not as comfortable, say, as lying
lying in a hammock on a summer's day listening to wood pigeons. But it does have air conditioning and a head-up display and electric seats, so it is more comfortable than you'd expect. In fact, it's better than you'd expect in every way. And maybe we shouldn't be surprised by that, because the last time something was designed and built quickly in a glorified shed in the Midlands, it was called the Spitfire.
Jaguar.
And it won the Battle of Britain. King James made. Ready?
Hang on. The Spitfire.
Yes.
It was the Hurricane that won the Battle of Britain.
Well, it just wasn't.
No, it just was. There were far more of them. It was easier to build. It was easier to repair. It was easier to fly. It
No,
won.
but that's like saying that a Nissan Juke is better than a Lamborghini Aventador because it's easier to build and there are more of them.
No, it's not like that at all.
It is.
The Hurricane was a much more stable gun platform in the hands of a novice. The Hurricane accounted for more enemy aircraft than all of our other air defences combined.
Yes.
It won.
But the Spitfire, okay, the Spitfire looked glamorous. So you'd look up from the sky and then that improved morale on the ground because people are going, oh, wow, look at that. We can't possibly lose
Yes,
this.
but morale didn't shoot down enemy aircraft. Hurricanes did.
Yes,
That's
I know, but
simply
if you've got a
fact.
small boy looking out the window, wow, look, there's a Spitfire up there and I'm going to join the RAF. And that's what we need. You want to fly a Hurricane because it looked like a sad basset hound.
No, it didn't look like a
It
sad
didn't.
basset. And anyway, the best fighter aircraft of World War II was the Messerschmitt 109. Everybody knows
Well, that didn't win the Battle of Britain, did it?
Well, to be honest, nobody won the Battle of Britain. It was a draw.
What? Where have you got that from?
It was a
Oh,
draw.
Chaps! Hate to make this whole thing sound like, I don't know, a car show, but can we get it back to the Jag a bit?
Yes, because I don't want to talk to him any more about aeroplanes. 'cause-
Okay, remember the Jag.
Yes.
Is it a mainstream car?
No.
No, if I'm honest, it isn't. They've only made 300 of them, and they're all left-hand drive.
What, so they went to all that time and trouble to develop it,
And expense, yeah.
and now they're only building a handful and they put the steering wheel on the wrong side?
No, it is very odd, but since I don't want to listen to him talking about Hurricanes anymore, I do think we should find out how fast it goes round the Ebola drone.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to do this shit.
Good start.
Oh. Whoopsie. Did I do that? Oh. Okay. Yeah, just gotta slow down a bit here.
Ooh.
I did the second one too early, but I kind of canceled and then recommitted. Oh, I did it right. Yeah, just barely.
But that's the extraordinary thing about how well it drives on the road, because it's all like that. Anyway, that's the top 10 of our leaderboard, and there's the Jag waiting to see where it goes on. Or does it indeed get onto that list at all? Let's find out. Let's move it up. Ooh.
Hang on a minute, it's faster than a GT3 RS. Good God.
I tell you, that is a really properly good car, that. It is the Spitfire of cars.
Hurricane.
Don't leave it.
It was
Hold,
the Hurricane.
hold, leave it, hold, steady, and relax, and carry on.
Tonight, we are finding out, is this right? Tonight, we are finding out how the new breed of European pickup trucks would fare in the developing world. And we've learned that the Volkswagen is the best of the lot.
I'd like to see it compared to American pickup trucks.
Well, we did. It was the fastest and it was the most powerful.
Yeah, but that's not actually terribly relevant if you're in a country where there are more AK-47s than ambulances, is
Yes,
it, really?
but whatever, okay? Whatever. So far, we've seen what happens when the peace ends and the dictator is toppled and chaos ensues. And now we pick up the story with what typically happens after that.
Military intervention. Oh.
here's the situation. There's a power vacuum now. Foreign armies are pouring in, and it's our job to get this fuel to the nation's helicopter.
And then the villagers can be strafed.
Really?
That's what happens.
To that end, we have got to go from here to this forward operating base. And the first one there is the winner.
Me then. Having saddled up, we waited for the sound to charge. And then naturally, all set off in different directions.
Yeah. If I go through here, oh yeah. I am racing a pickup truck off-road in Wales to... We're off. I have the biggest end.
Helps now that I know where to go. A 5 though, it's probably a straight 5. Yeah.
Oh, I am erect.
Down here, and right. This test, if you think about it, it is rather pertinent that we are filming this in the UK because a couple of years when Brexit has really caught up with us, there will be a civil war and you will need pickup trucks. Go. The grip from the four-wheel drive system and the wider track and the Michelin Cup tyres absolutely bobbles your eyes. It's phenomenal.
Oh no. I probably would never get a Volkswagen,
Oh, dearie me.
honestly. Gold?
I think if I can get through this gap in the wall, I save having to drive all the way around the end of it. Here I come. Oh, I have a compass.
That's a pretty nice truck on the inside. I like that. And it's these fucking the later ones with all their sensors and shit like that.
Viewers, I will admit I'm not feeling
Makes a car.
entirely confident.
They just
about
gotta make
this.
a car.
2.3 litre engine in my Mercedes is very robust. It will last for 1,000 years, but it's not what you'd call powerful. I think there might be a few aerodynamic issues as well. But anyway, I'm going to go in D on the basis that Mercedes knows better than me.
Yeah. They gotta make cars like just well built again and stop cutting corners. Less money in technology and more on mechanical integrity. That would be great. Yeah, I thought I was gonna eat it. Seriously? Seriously? Yo, seriously. Oh, fuck. I most definitely lost this one.
Rubbish! Oh my word!
I might make it, despite all my fuck-ups. I made it, okay.
Don't think that this Amarok is really designed for freedom fighters in Africa and the Middle East. I think it's aimed more at surveyors in England. I mean, it's got a laptop charging point
Really?
here and a leather steering wheel.
sure you need that kind of thing in Mogadishu.
I mean, yeah.
Need to go west, west.
If you're
southwest
working.
for a bit, but avoiding that clump of trees.
No way! You're not coming through. Oh no! Whoa!
Yeah, he's crossed up.
That link,
Come on,
that looks just so
get
so
him,
much
get
fun.
him.
No! No!
I'm now in the lead. I'm doing winning. No.
And then a Dodge Ram comes in. Yo, what in the world? I'm punching the gas and everything. How the fuck he rubber band so hard? How in the fuck did he rubber band so hard? How's it take? How's it taking me this?
You blithering idiot.
I won. Eh.
No, that's the compound. Damn it!
There's the helicopter, and once again the Amarok is victorious.
Is that barrel gonna...
What?
What on earth?
I'm probably not going to get my freedom fighter badge now.
Nope.
am I, for that.
What happened?
Well, him! And any minute now, he's gonna claim he won this one as well.
He did win it.
Oh yeah, that looks like success.
We were told to deliver fuel.
We weren't told to detonate the nation's helicopter. Look at it!
What is the budget for our show?
Smaller than it was.
Yeah, not big enough.
That's an expensive thing.
Yeah, helicopter.
It's a helicopter.
There are no cheap helicopters.
Apart from that one now. It's beyond useless, isn't it? It's something else.
Great
Oh,
truck.
don't pat it.
It's a good truck. If you have to have a pickup truck at a time of strife in your country, this is proving to be the winner.
Yeah, win the world, win the
But they
war.
invented the war.
How have you prevented the war?
Well,
the
because-
helicopter was there to stop the war by strafing the uprising villages, and now it can't do that.
No.
So now the whole thing is going to descend into civil war,
Mhm.
chaos.
It is inevitable in the developing world that one day all pickup trucks end up being used as gun platforms.
It's their destiny.
To die on the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, every day you turn on the news and there's somebody standing in the back of a Toyota or a Nissan. shooting
Toyota or
someone
Nissan.
In a Humvee or a Land Rover.
And what we want to know is how good will our European trucks be at that?
Yeah, and most importantly, which one is best?
To find out, each of our pickups would be driven through a ruined town by a freedom fighter. Whilst we stood on the back, shooting at various targets. These included some big barn doors, a whole bus, and a selection of cardboard soldiers. James volunteered to go first.
You can go.
Right out to glory.
Look at him. The soldier of fortune. Dogs of war.
Not scared. The spaniel of war is what it is.
Go.
Where's the barn doors?
Easy.
Where? And then there was a school bus.
I'm winning. I have been clever. This is just brilliant.
Where's the barn doors? Where's the
I
bus?
shouldn't feel
Where's
so
everything?
good, but it does. Easy. Yes! I'm winning.
Seriously, where's the?
This is just brilliant. Oh, I shouldn't feel so good, but it does. Easy. Yes! I'm winning. Easy. This is just brilliant. I have been clever.
Oh.
Rambo May had missed all the barn doors, all of the bus, and all of the soldiers. So, with a score of 0 to beat, Arnold Hammond-Onega was feeling very confident.
Stand up. I am standing up.
He loves that.
Welcome to Richard Hammond's usual week.
Go! That is just the best. Thank you. I shall be victorious. Brilliant. Brilliant. This really is genius. Oh, yeah. Yeah! I shall be victorious. That is just this. It is mighty. Oh, thank you. Brilliant. Yeah! Oh, yeah. That is just the best. This. I shall be the...
Hell yeah! Almost missed. Hands are sweaty.
I had a bit of gun trouble, I'll not lie.
Well, here's some more news.
Yes?
General Stonewall Clarkson has gone off to get ready, but I suddenly remembered. Remember when we were in Jordan?
Yeah.
He can't fire automatic rifles.
No.
Do you remember?
Because it's crossed over, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's right-handed,
Yeah.
but left-eyed.
Yeah, so he
shoots from his left side,
Exactly, he's diagonal.
which means all the spent cartridges burn his arm.
Exactly.
Well, he'll be using a pistol, won't he? He always uses a pistol.
Actually, I wasn't using
Machine pistol?
this.
SMG?
That's what I've got. A 50 cal. Lock and load.
Really?
Yes, yes.
I am a horse of a man.
I think it's very good so far. Yes, enjoy it. Ooh, I say that's rather good. Right, splendid. I was very brave. Absolutely spectacular. Look at me. How clever is that? Looking good. This is staggering. Excellent. That is very nicely done indeed. Oh, that's...
Okay.
Ta-da! Bingo! Excellent. Ta-da! Come on, yeah! Behold my genius! This is absolutely brilliant. Ooh, I say that's rather good. Oh, that's tidy. Look at me.
I am a horse of a man.
This is absolutely... I think it's very good so far. Absolutely spectacular. Bingo! Yes, right, splendid. How clever is that?
Cool. We good? Wasn't the easiest thing to do. Like if it was Call of Duty controls, Titanfall, anything else, it would have been easier. It was just too... There was no, like... Yeah, whatever. It was good, though.
How'd you work that out?
I hate to tell you this, but you haven't hit the doors, which were the target.
How do you know I haven't hit the doors?
Because there's no...
Well, on that terrible disappointment for him, time to go back to the tent.
What? Oh, that's probably in there for effect. I'm about to say. Bonus points.
Don't clap. Don't clap. He killed a man.
You jammed an AK-47. It's famously unjammable. No one in history has ever jammed one until you came along.
Yes, it overheated.
Yeah.
That's because you were firing it into the air pointlessly when you set off.
That's what they're for. Weddings, funerals, exam results. You go outside, fire AK in the air. It's a joyous thing. They are the party popper of the developing world.
Very true.
So never mind all that. I have the scores.
This is the
final
important
scores.
bit.
Jeremy Clarkson, you fired 2,600 rounds. And the number of targets you hit was what?
You laugh, but it's one more than him.
It is.
It is one more than you, so I'm winning.
Wait, so hang on. It all boils down to how many targets I hit.
Yes, but you had a roll bar to hang on to.
I did.
Yep, he did. And he scored
Yes.
naught.
You really got nothing.
Yep.
That's it. Okay, so after all of that, what is our conclusion, gentlemen?
Can we do a sensible one?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, that Mercedes Nissan you had, it did have a wobbly back end, and I just don't think that's good enough, actually, in a pickup truck. I really don't. The Volkswagen is very good, but pickup trucks are working tools, and it's just a bit too posh. You wouldn't want to get into it in muddy boots, so I don't think that will work.
So it's the Ford then. It's the cheapest.
It is the cheapest, and it's, I think, the best looking, and it is actually the one I'd have.
You'd have the Ford.
Yeah,
So
and
we
you'd have
both
the
have
Ford.
the Ford.
Yeah.
We'd have the Ford. James, what would you have?
I wouldn't have a pickup truck.
Yes, I know, but in
Sunroof.
in this test of pickup
All you
trucks,
need.
Which one would you have? Which you get?
None of them. I wouldn't have one.
No, I know, but we're testing pickups. So which pickup truck of the three would you have?
I wouldn't have a
I'm the same way.
We've just spent, I don't know, 20 minutes reviewing these pickup trucks. The ladies and gentlemen would like to know which is the best.
Yes, I've come to a conclusion on behalf of the ladies and gentlemen, which is don't have a pickup truck.
James, you have a powerful imagination. Use it. Let's pretend. Okay, come with me on a journey. We'll warm your imagination up. Imagine you're an eagle.
Okay.
Visualize that you're flying over mountains. Can you feel it? Can you feel the wind in your feathers? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now imagine you've got a pickup truck. Which one is it?
Why would an eagle have a pickup
No!
truck?
No, I mean imagine. Okay, let's okay. Imagine James May, a pastoral scene. You got it? There's like rolling grassy hills, few sheep around. You're a farmer. You're walking around with your dog at your heel there, sheep all around you.
Can I have Beethoven play?
Beethoven is playing, obviously, live. There's an old 5-bar gate there. An old oak tree arches over the gate. And under the oak tree is your farmer's pickup truck. Which one is it?
It's not there. I wouldn't have because I wouldn't have a pickup truck. Neither should anybody else. You couldn't have a
Even
pickup
in your imagination.
My
I like pickup trucks better than
imagination
SUVs.
is a pickup truck. I'm not being stubborn. I know my mind.
Yes,
And I don't want a pickup truck.
And what I know is that you've wasted so much time not choosing a pickup truck and claiming that the Battle of Britain was a draw that we don't have time for the big celebrity duel between Adrian Charles and Howard from the Halifax ads.
Oh, no.
Exactly. Then on that terrible disappointment, we must end. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.
Everything cold. I thought that was an interesting one. Ouch. I wouldn't have a Ford. It's not a Ford, but they got a point there. Well, I'm surprised that Kami Fan's not here. I'm gonna